Hello and welcome to the Sunday morning start sit show, Sunday morning questions. I am Topher Kurt, but you can call me Topher, and I'm here with my co-host Jamie Perog. How are you doing today, Jamie?
Doing all right. Did we hit the intro video?
Ooh.
Start sit, ready.
There we go.
Ready for some football.
What is that voice right there?
Messing with my soundboard.
There you go. I was very confused for a second.
At least you're not Mike. Mike muted me the first time I tried it.
I considered it. Okay, first question right off the bat. Okay, Igbokwe, Tet, Marvin Harrison Jr., Pickens, pick three of them, half-point PPR. He's leaning for a big matchup, leaning Pickens, Igbokwe, Marvin Harrison Jr. this week, but what are your thoughts?
Man, Pickens was my first thought. You have to start. Tet, surprisingly, I have pretty high. Let me pull up my spreadsheet. I had him in the top 10. Not sure if I moved him down last night. Let's see. No, he is 9 for me. So I like Pickens at 4. I got Tet at 9. And pick one between Igbokwe. I probably have to go with Igbokwe, man.
Who you're gonna sit?
No, I'm gonna be sitting at Marvin Harrison.
You're gonna sit Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
For some reason, my gut has been saying all week that Marvin Harrison, they're playing the Titans, and this is kind of the week that if Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to explode, I think this is the week that it happens. I mean, he is I don't know. I think Igbokwe is really good, but so is that Seattle secondary, and that concerns me a little bit. That I think the logical choice is Marvin Harrison Jr.
I have Igbokwe top 12 also. So
yeah,
three out of these 4 are top 12 for me.
Yeah, this is a great problem to have, Matt. Let me tell you, this is the kind of problem that I want to have in my leagues at all times. I think you sit Marvin Harrison Jr. and then curse the skies if he does well. But I think that's who you go with. Zach, we have missed you this season. I'm so glad that you are back. That's what we're talking about. Travion Henderson or Ramondre Stevenson. Ugh. Where are you, Jamie, on this?
Man, I want to start Henderson so bad just because he's got to break out eventually.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we saw that big play, 50-yard catch by Stevenson that was supposed to be Henderson. They practiced it all week with Henderson at that play, and for some reason, he just wasn't in. So I have them both outside my top 24, but I do have Henderson a few spots higher.
Yeah, I think against the Bills, if they want to upset them, they're gonna play Travion a little more because they can't risk any turnovers. Ramondre's not that safe with the ball. Travion is. So, yeah, I'm going Travion on this. I don't love either of them, but I understand we all have leagues or scenarios that are like this depending on the week. Yeah. So we're both Henderson here, not by a lot, but Henderson should have the upside. But again, we don't know. That's my guess. Okay. And Matt, with his first question of the day, says he also has Evans and McLaurin too. You, sir, are just stacked at wide receiver. You've got seniority, and all of those receivers that you just mentioned in your earlier thing are 24 years old and younger. Like, this is beautiful. I love that for you.
Yeah, you should probably try to trade someone, maybe upgrade your running back, tight end. And Njoku scored a touchdown. Let's go.
There we go. Enjoying watching the Browns right now, Jamie.
Yeah, I never get to enjoy the game this early.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Chad. Hey, buddy. Both favorable defensive matchups. Dart or Stroud.
Oh man, I'm going Dart all day.
So am I. Just because of his running upside. He only passed, I want to say, like 111 yards last week, and it didn't seem like that. He just seemed in control against the Chargers, and you're going to tell me that he's not going to be in control against the Saints?
And the fact that they actually had 6 designed runs for him in that game tells me they're going to use him on the ground a lot. I mean, some running backs don't even get 6 carries. And he also scrambled for 3 extra. So he had 9 total carries last week.
Yeah. I think for me, this is an easy one. Stroud worries me. I've said it on shows before, whether it's this one or the one I do with Fantasy Now Plus, Stroud worries me, unfortunately.
I do like Stroud this week, though. I did put some bets on him. I'm not playing him in my fantasy lineup, but I did put like a touchdown bet, like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I parlayed it with a Nico touchdown.
There we go.
And, over 220 some yards.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Pick 4.25 per passing touchdown. Hi, Matt. Thank you for stopping by. He's awesome. Matt is fantastic. Here we go. Fields versus Dallas. Daniels at Chargers. May at Buffalo. Herbert at versus Washington.
I feel like I have the same exact lineup, so I'll let you answer when I pull it up. I swear to God.
This is an insane quarterback lineup. Let me tell you this. Like that is magnificent.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because this is the Dynasty League I have these guys in.
I'm going Fields for sure, because if he's playing a full game, he's more than likely rushing for 1,500 yards and getting a rushing touchdown. And plus, Dallas's defense is not stopping much of anyone. The Packers tied themselves last week. It was not a testament on Dallas. It was a crap on Green Bay. And I think Fields runs all over him. The other one, I lean Herbert because I think it's going to be, I don't know. Maybe Daniels. It's either Herbert or Daniels for me.
Okay, so I guess we're not agreeing because I have so in my lineup I have all these guys, but it's not Daniels. I have Nix. So I am starting May and Fields. I have them both top 5. I have Daniels at 7 just because he's coming back from that knee injury. And then who else is it? Herbert. Herbert's at 10 for me.
Okay.
So all top 10 options, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong. But I just like May and I like Fields going against those defenses, plus the rushing upside.
Yeah.
Why they're in my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, May has been producing like a top 5 QB. Mm-hmm. And this is a divisional matchup that we know it's going to be a shootout. And you know what? You've convinced me. I'm going May. Fields and May.
Love it.
Yeah. Good call. Great question. Great QB room. I am jealous of that QB room. PPR, am I crazy for wanting to go Franklin over Jameson?
I mean, I don't think you're crazy enough. You need to go to a psych ward. But I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say again, like I was talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. This week, I think if you're going to start anybody, if you're going to start anybody that has been underperforming, it's Jamison Williams against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think he's a boom or bust as they come. I think this is a boom week. He needs a boom week, and he's gonna catch a 60+ yarder. That's my thought. I think he's gonna rip one. He's gonna score you, 12 and a half points, 13 points in full PPR in one play. And I don't think Franklin does that this week. I could be wrong. Again, welcome to fantasy. But I don't see Franklin doing that against the Eagles secondary.
So I actually have Jamison Williams over Cortland Sutton by a couple spots. Jamison at 27, Sutton 29, and then Franklin's all the way down like around 40 for me.
Yeah.
So I just think it's going to be more the Denver game, smash mouth football. Both have good pass defenses. Franklin, I think he plays a little over 50% in the slot, so you won't be seeing any of Surtain, but Quinion Mitchell, because Quinion Mitchell doesn't play in the slot. So for fantasy, though, I have to go with the boom play, and that's Jamison Williams.
Yes, I agree. You got to go for the boom, and I feel like Jamison is more apt to that than Franklin, especially in these matchups. Like, hopefully this matchup should be child's play. If we saw Minnesota trounce Cincinnati a few weeks ago, the Lions should just be able to smear them. Here we go. What's your outlook on Rashid Shaheed or Sean Tucker as a flex 0.5 PPR in a different league, or Isaiah Pacheco? Leave Pacheco on your bench.
Yeah, I would do that. He's going to be touchdown dependent, but he doesn't even see goal line carries.
No. And he is not producing well either. Like, he doesn't, he looks like if you were to put a community college against Georgia in college football. Like, he just looks like he's going to the line and getting stuffed, maybe getting a couple of yards.
So with the whole Sean Tucker thing, so Bucky's going to be out, and when Bucky played, Sean Tucker doesn't really play that much. White was only getting 26% of the snaps. Obviously, he's going to step up a little bit, but he's not going to get the full workload that Bucky was seeing. And Tucker, what was it, a couple years ago or 2 years? I forgot what year it was, but when Tucker actually played, I think he played.
It was last year. Last year, Tucker was a rookie, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're right. So I think there was a game. No, this is his third year, I believe, because he had that heart condition.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a game he played 37% of the snaps, and he scored 34 fantasy points, finishing as the number one overall running back that week, with just 37% of the snaps. So if you give Rachaad White 60-70%, let's give 30 to 40 to Tucker. I mean, 34 fantasy points. That's looking nice.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not getting much out of what's going on in Saints world right now. Shaheed has an 18% target share, but he's not. I mean, he's going to be your safer option, in my opinion. I think he's going to be your safer option, especially as the Bucs play Seattle, which is a great defense. And the Lions are good, but they're going to, you know that the Saints are going to have to pass in order to stay in this game. Yeah, I don't. And they're not using Shaheed the way that they should. Like, he's got an ADOT average depth of target of 10.3, and Brandon Cooks has an ADOT of 10.7. Like, Shaheed is a downfield threat, and they're not utilizing that. So I see Shaheed is a poor man's Jameson Williams, in my opinion, and where they're very similar. They do that big burst. They have that flexibility to kind of be the swing guy when they do trick plays and stuff. But I mean,
So
I
let me
don't
ask you this:
I don't love any of them, but I'm going Shaheed.
if Shaheed's a poor man's Jameson Williams, would that make Shaheed an upgrade version of Marvin Mims?
Yeah, I'd put Shaheed above Mims.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So I think I had a start sit Sean Tucker or Isaiah Davis, and I know with what's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Braylon Allen.
Put Braylon Allen out. I could see Davis coming in, getting maybe 30% of the share because Brees was already seeing 70% of the opportunities, right?
Yeah,
So I could see like 10 opportunities for Davis because they ran the ball like 30 carries a game.
yeah.
So I could see like a nice Davis game. So would you go Davis or Sean Tucker?
I need to remind myself. I would go Davis. I don't love either option right now.
Or
Be, because also we saw Sean Tucker be running back one for 1 week, and then that's it, and then nothing else. He hasn't produced ever since then. Um, and Isaiah Davis is playing the Cowboys while Sean Tucker's playing the Eagles. Those are very, very different front sevens. I'm gonna go with the better fronts. I'm gonna go with the easier front seven to go against. Here we go. Jackie Dodson, season league full PPR. Start Dak or Daniel Jones. Dak Prescott, he is playing at a phenomenal level. He is the offense there. And Daniel Jones has not produced fantasy wise as much as he did in weeks 1 and 2 lately. I think Dak Prescott is the easy answer for me.
it's not easy for me. This is tough. I actually have Daniel Jones because he's facing Vegas. They're pretty bad, and
Yeah,
plus Jones has more of a rushing upside.
that's
So I
true.
got Jones at 8 and Dak at 11. So both top 12 options, and what that's separated by what a half a point maybe at the end of the day. So personally, I would go with the rushing upside, but Dak is a good option. That's why I put him in my top 12.
Yeah, I am just I just think that let me look. So I know that let's look overall this season right now. Daniel Jones is quarterback 8. Dak Prescott is quarterback 11, according to Fantasy Pros right now on the season. But if we look at weeks 3 to week 4, Dak Prescott is up to quarterback 3. Daniel Jones is down to quarterback 20. I think Daniel Jones had a very impressive first 2 weeks and then has not been able to sustain that. And Dak Prescott has just been getting better, even though CeeDee Lamb is out. Plus you have the whole like their defense is trash, so they have to throw the ball. They have to be engaged in the game passing wise the whole time because they're going to be playing from behind or close games the entire season. I'm going Dak on this.
Yeah, so Dak's probably the safest play, I think.
I agree with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to say Dak also. Let's
There we
do it.
go.
Lock it in.
Okay, Chad. Here we go. 0.5 PPR in the flex. Olave or Dowdle?
Man, Olave's been seeing, what, 11 targets a game, 30% target share. But then Donald stepping in. He's going to get one of those full workloads, right?
Yeah.
Against Miami. So let's see. I have Donald at RB 17. And I don't know where I have. Let me. It is a tough one.
It is. It is. Let's see. I need to pull up Olave's stats because I am not as familiar with his stats right now.
I just know he's getting like 11 targets.
Okay,
30% target share. That's all I know.
So he was first 3 weeks. He had 13, 10, 14 targets. Last week he had 6.
And how much is he catching though? That's the problem. Because he doesn't catch a lot.
Well, he caught 7 for 13, 6 out of 10, 10 out of 14, 3 out of 6. So, and
not bad, but not great.
Correct. And according to Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life Utilization Report website, Chris Olave only has 66% of his targets that are catchable. So every third ball thrown his way isn't even within his reach. So that's something to consider as well.
This is interesting. So I have Dottle at RB 17. I have Olave wide receiver 17. So if my math is correct, I think the running back would probably score a few more points, right?
Yes.
Because it's half PPR also. So that's factor. I do full PPR. So
yeah,
figure in the half, I would probably raise up Dottle over Olave even more.
Yeah. I'd go Dowdle. I think it's a tough matchup. I think it's a good question. But let's see. But I am definitely going with Dowdle here. Here we go. Hey,
Mike.
Drop the mic. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Hey, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, God. Okay. So, 12-team full PPR. Christian Kirk or Malik Washington? Let's hear your take, Jamie. I unmuted you.
Yeah, no, you would never feel comfortable starting Christian Kirk.
No.
So I think Washington has to step up with Tyreek Hill out. So, yeah, I'm going to go Washington. I have him as a top 30 receiver this week.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gutsy.
I know.
Yeah, I
got him sandwiched right in between Courtland Sutton and Marvin Harrison.
Wow. I'm going Malik as well. I do not have him nearly that high. I don't really think he's going to do that much, but I don't think Christian Kirk does anything. The Panthers secondary is kind of good. They're not great, but they're not bad either. And CJ Stroud is kind of bad. So I'm going Malik Washington on this. And then Deep Devy League. Oof. 0.5 McNichols or Sterling Shepard. Let me look. I need to look at McNichols. I've not been following up. I don't know every single fantasy player in the league, how they're doing. So that doesn't help. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
Right off the top of my head, I'm going to say McNichols. I think he can get maybe a few targets, a couple carries.
Yeah, so here is what I'm seeing. McNichols has a 12% rush attempts on his team, while Rodriguez has 35. Krosky Merritt has 29 over the past 2 weeks. However, McNichols is running 35% routes, and Rodriguez is only 20, and Bill Clinton Krosky Merritt Alexander III has 26%. I think that McNichols is also in for 86% of the long down distance snaps. Krosky Merritt isn't in for a single one of them. Rodriguez is in for the other 14. And McNichols is in for the 2-minute offense every single time. Shepard, since last week, did not do much of anything since Godwin is back. I think this is an easy McNichols. I think he has the opportunity and the upside to break one. And I don't think Sterling Shepard will break one. I think he can give you a nicer floor, but I think McNichols has a much higher ceiling. And when I say nicer floor, I mean like 5 points. Like guaranteed maybe 5 points. Yeah.
Yeah, let's lock in McNichols for both of us.
Absolutely. Here we go. Full PPR, Jackie Dotson. Full PPR, would you start Travis Etienne in a flex against Kansas City? Well, you got to let us know who your other options are.
So
because otherwise we can't.
You do start one, the only one.
Yes. So
but yeah, drop it in the chat. But for now, I just want to say, like, Travis Etienne, I have him lower this week going against Kansas City. He's at 23. But you also got to remember there's 4 teams on bye, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, I got like Chase Brown, who's been struggling a few spots ahead of Etienne this week. I have Rashad White above Etienne this week. So I don't love it, but by default, if that's your only one you have to start them. Some points are better than no points.
Yes, that's very true. Very true right there. Kansas City, however, is, according to Yahoo Sports, is allowing the 9th most running back points to the running back out of 32 teams. And I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, they are literally 0.2 points difference away from the New Orleans Saints. Like, that is not a front seven you want to compare to. So I think that you don't know. You don't know. We also, again, we need to hear who else it is. Kendre Miller or Travion Henderson. I think that Kendre Miller is getting more and more work because Alvin Kamara is going to be traded. I don't think they put Miller in as much as they have, unless if they want to test him out first, because he's getting the ball more. He had 11 rushing attempts last week. Why are they giving him the ball that much if they can trust Alvin Kamara? I think that Kendre becomes the focal back here in a few weeks after Kamara gets traded, and I think they're going to continue to test him. I think that he's got a more solid snap share than Travion Henderson does. I think he's going to be in line for more points no matter what versus Travion. And I love Travion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with Travion. I love all your points about how they could trade Kamara. But what if it's like a close game and they're going to put the best guy in, and that is Kamara?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not playing Kamara, people are going to be like, well, why should we trade for him? You're not even going to play him.
Yeah. I get that. Absolutely. Yeah, that's just...
Hey. Yep.
Just
something. Everyone hit that like button, everyone. We only have 1 like on this video, and it's mine. It really does help out.
Last week, Kamara had 15 rushes and Miller had 11. Like, that's crazy. The last 3 weeks, Kamara has gone from 21 to 18 to 15 carries, and we all know that carries fluctuate week week by week. Sometimes you can have a bigger game. That's okay. But Kendra Miller has gone from 5 to 7 to 11. I think that there is correlation that actually matters in that, not just a smoke and mirrors thing. I think Miller is your safer bet. Here we go. Going back to should I start Travis Etienne in my flex? Let's see.
Jones or Dak? I think we answered that already for her.
Yeah, Jones or Dak. We answered that. Wide receivers: Chase, Flowers, Debo, Devonta Smith. Running backs are Barkley, Taylor, Etienne, and Zach Charbonnet. And then Kraft and Kincaid. I'm going to assume that you start 2 running backs.
Well, Kraft is on bye, so start Kincaid. And
yeah, I don't trust Eagles right now with Devonta Smith.
Let's just assume it's a start 7.
Yeah, I'm going ETN easily.
So you got Dak, you got Chase, Flowers,
Debo, Barkley, Taylor, ETN, and Kincaid.
But I'm going Barkley and Taylor over ETN for sure.
Well, yeah, that's what so if you, so I'm saying if you have to start 7, you go Chase, Flowers, Debo, Barkley, Taylor, ETN, and Kincaid. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Okay.
Jeez. You need to join bigger leagues. I cannot stand starting only 5 of these players. So yeah, it's a start 7.
Okay, so see, this is why letting us know, hey, here are my. So in the future, something to help you out with helping us answer your questions better. You say, here are my flex options. Who should I start? I think that would be definitely helpful on that. I'm not trying to be demeaning or pandering by any means. I'm a teacher. I always try and help out and rephrase things. I do it to myself. I do it to my husband, who's also a teacher. We throw things at each other. It's great. But who do you? So I would start. So I'm starting Flowers and Debo, Barkley and Taylor for sure.
And I'm going to go Chase and Debo.
Chase over Etienne?
No, Jamar Chase and Debo. I have to put Jamar Chase in the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah,
so he's in my top 10, but Debo is also in my top 10. So I love those 2 plays. I got Flowers and Smith a little bit lower.
Lamar's hurt. Flowers. I forgot about that. Flowers needs to be lower because Lamar's hurt.
Yes. So I have Flowers like right around 20 and Devonta Smith at 22.
Yes. So
between those 2 and ETN.
I'm going ETN, honestly. ETN has the much bigger upside out of any of them. Right now, he's the running back 7 on the season right now. Oh, hold on. That was in standard. In PPR, he's running back 10 right now. And he has had 2 games with over 100 yards so far. He's consistently touching the ball. And he has had touchdowns in 3 out of the last 4 games. I would say Zay with Jackson. I would start him. But without Jackson, we don't know. And Devonta Smith, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole right now.
I mean, I don't mind Devonta Smith because you got Surtain. He's probably going to be shadowing A.J. Brown. So that could leave Smith open. But who's to say he doesn't guard Smith 50% of the time?
Yeah.
And they both play on the outside. Surtain doesn't have to shadow when you got those 2 good players.
And
yeah, I'm going to go ETN.
Yeah.
I think he's got more upside. And he's safer, I think.
Smith has been below wide receiver 50 3 out of the 4 weeks this season. And they're playing a very good secondary. I don't like that. To build off of that, what is the chance that Rush just peppers Flowers on short routes? That's another possibility. I think that is a possibility, but I'd much rather go with I'm a Flowers all-in guy. If you've ever seen anything that I've ever done, I have been Flowers for years now. And we don't know what this connection's like. We don't know. Cooper Rush could easily just go to Mark Andrews or somebody else. We don't know where that connection is. And I want it. Travis Etienne has a solidified role in an offense that isn't in limbo right now. That's my thought.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I love Flowers. I wouldn't be upset if you started him, but I don't think it's the right fantasy move. And that hurts to say, but it's the reality. Okay, let's look. Drop the mic. Jamie, you know I'm biased on this one. So Hollywood Brown, Nick Chubb, or Brenton Strange? Oof.
I think Strange might be the play here.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I mean Chubb's losing work to Woody Marks. Yeah, I mean Lawrence, man, he hasn't been that great, and that offensive line is pretty bad. They only I forgot the amount of seconds, but there's a second worst at giving him time to throw the ball. So his pressure rate is super high. Like he's not getting time. And who do you throw the ball to when you don't have time? It's got to be the tight end.
Yeah. Or the running back.
Yeah. Or yeah, we just talked about it. ETN.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, here's something interesting to take a look at. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, his snap percentage over the first 4 weeks, 93%, 75, 68, and then 52%. He is going down significantly. The Jaguars, I believe, haven't they had back-to-back weeks of 4 turnovers in each game, I want to say?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that.
Yeah, they are becoming this crazy defense right now. Okay, so they had week 3, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble with a recovered fumble. And then was there something like a block kick or something maybe that I'm not seeing right now? I'm just looking on Sleeper. And then you've got 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. I think with that kind of defense, with Hollywood going down, I'm going Strange here. Chubb, I'm not touching that. Yeah.
All right. What happened to my background? What'd you do?
Jamie went to go check on the kids. He will be right back. Welcome back, Jamie.
Thanks.
Welcome back. Okay. Hey, we've had a lot of really consistent questions right now. I've got one for you, Jamie. Do I play in a flex half-point PPR? Do I play? Oh, okay. So let me add to this. Do I play Rico Dowdle, Devonta Smith, or Brian Thomas Jr.? Well, hold on. Who do I sit out of those 3? Smith, Thomas, Dowdle.
I think you have to keep sitting Brian Thomas until he actually shows us a little something on the field.
Yeah.
It's just hard to start him right now. So I'm in a similar situation where I am loaded in this dynasty league, and I need to figure out who to start. And Brian Thomas Jr. isn't even in the consideration with the guys that I have.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up and see if I can.
Hello,
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, Topher. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing great.
Doing well.
Awesome.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. So sorry, I was watching the stream and then I came over, so I kind of missed your question. You're what are you struggling with, Topher?
So sit one of these 3. Half point. Devonta Smith, BTJ, Rico Dowdle.
You're definitely starting Dowdle. I think I'd sit Smith because, I mean, with him and Thomas, it's lack of receptions for both. Now for
Yeah.
Devontae, it's lack of targets. For Brian Thomas,
Yes.
it's lack of chemistry with the quarterback. But I suppose if I look at those two things, I tend to trust targets more. So knowing that Thomas is still getting targeted, I'd rather go with him and bench Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Passing, I've got the goal line guide article out as well, Fantasy Six Pack, and I've got the fourth. I think it's the fourth highest goal line grade this week is the Jaguars passing. So I think high touchdown upside for their receiving options are really good. Doesn't make me want to raise Lawrence that much, but for a guy like Thomas Jr., I'm willing to give him another go this week.
Yeah, I think Devonta Smith has 20 targets on the season. Brian Thomas has 32. I think that makes a big difference. However, another big difference is that Smith has 17 receptions. Thomas only has 12, but on those 12, they're very equal in yards. 164 for BTJ. For Smith, 158. The only difference is that Smith has a touchdown. That's the only reason that they're,
Yeah, I know with Smith too, like AJ Brown has more targets, but he has more catches. So his catch rate has been really good, which is typically for a guy like Smith, the boom bust receiver. Like we'd question the catch rate, but it's actually been quite incredible. So
yeah, it's been 17 out of 20. It's been great.
Maybe Jamie has a point there with but I chase the targets, right? Jamie knows this too. I'm all about projecting targets. So
Yeah, you just gotta have someone to catch targets.
Yes. So, yeah, I know I'm starting Rico.
Yeah, Rico would be my first choice.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you roster him for any reason, this would be the week to start him when he's the lead back. Like for these guys ascending to these like expected workhorse roles, like don't question it. Like take them. Like this is the week to play them if you're ever going to play them. And if they horribly disappoint us, okay, then don't go back to them. But I trust you this week for sure.
Or do I throw a wild card in there and play Trey Tucker with Brock Bowers out?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, me neither.
You thought about it for a second though, Kyle. You're like, oh.
Yeah, because I've been steadily raising Tucker in the rankings all week.
Yep.
But I wouldn't raise him that high enough. I mean, I know their passing goal line grade is pretty bad for the Raiders. I like Genty this week, even against the Colts defense.
Oh yeah.
Because I think there's better touchdown chances for Genty than there is on anyone else on that team.
For sure. It is I've been so heavy on Brian Thomas Jr. in my drafts. He's on like 3/4 of my teams, and it just hurts my soul every time I see it. So, okay. Hey, make sure you keep your questions coming. We've had a very solid stream of questions until Kyle showed up. So I'm blaming Kyle for that. But
so I got one for you guys. So so in my dynasty leagues, Kyle knows this. I always smash tight ends, right? I do it in fantasy and in real life.
Whole taxi squad full of tight ends. Definitely.
Yeah. So in my one, I need to start 2 out of these guys. Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Mason Taylor, Brenton Strange, and I guess I can throw Theo Johnson in the mix. I already sat Hawkinson on my bench. So that just tells you how many tight ends I have. So it's Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Mason Taylor, Brenton Strange. I need 2 of them.
Andrews and Strange.
Yeah, Strange is getting tons of targets. He's not catching the touchdowns. So back to high passing goal line grade. If there is a week for him to get a touchdown, this would be one of the strongest ones. So I've got Strange as a tight end 1 this week. I think he's my tight end 9 in half PPR. So
very nice.
I like Andrews more than the other guys too. But because if we're worried about like Andrews' volume every week or like Zay Flowers' volume every week, with Cooper Rush, they should at least have the passing volume. It's not going to be as efficient as Lamar, but they'll at least have volume. Let's see what the touchdown chances might not be great, but this could be a safer floor for both Flowers and Andrews because just more passing volume. But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Cooper Rush is just that bad, but I don't think he is. He's a competent, capable quarterback, and I think you can get the ball to those guys. So yeah, Strange and Andrews, I agree.
Confident, capable quarterback. That's a nice alliteration right there.
Alliterations are awesome.
They are. Do you guys have any start-sit questions?
Let me see. I know I have one in a league. I'm with Jamie, so I'm just making sure that I'm not playing against Jamie to avoid any conflict of interest. No, I'm playing against.
Win anyway.
Well, yeah, you're actually doing pretty good in that league. I'm hoping to. You're 3-1. Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah. I think you already did beat me once. So I've got to start 2 of these 4 receivers. Darius Slayton against the Saints, Luke McCaffrey against the Chargers, Trey Tucker against the Colts, Parker Washington against the Chiefs.
Just say their last names again.
Slayton, McCaffrey, Washington, Tucker.
I'm going Slayton and Tucker.
Yeah, I think Slayton. I mean, he can go downfield pretty easily. Yeah, I think Slayton's got to be my choice, and then Tucker. I'd go Tucker too. I'm with you. I don't like the green with Topher, but I'm going with
I know it's the worst.
It certainly makes it easier for the viewers if we all agree. So I kind of want to show you this. This is not nearly as detailed. It's funny because with bye weeks and injuries, I didn't have that many tough decisions, but this is something I create to help me with my tough start-sit decisions. As you can see, I put in a lot of data. A lot of it's like the fantasy production, like their best and worst games, their medium, their average. Just like how many ways can I reframe fantasy points per game, because that is so important. Like, what are they scoring? What's their projection, the opportunities per game, so targets plus carries, the defensive ranking in terms of points allowed, and then all the over under, what's their expected point total, what's the game's expected point total, and then my goal line grades, the goal line grade differential. And I kind of put that all together just to compare and see like who turns out better based on all the stats. Clearly, Trey Tucker seems like the best option because he's like the number one in almost all these stats. It's funny, the ones he's not, he's the last. But it's a lot of the offense. Just all of them are projected to score pretty close to the same amount of points. The goal line grade stuff isn't great, but that's not enough for me not to play Tucker. So he was the one I was like, okay, for sure, put Trey Tucker in the lineup and then decide between the other 3. But that's kind of how my process goes. And I'm showing this more just to maybe inspire people and like, how do you handle tough decisions? This week wasn't, again, as big a deal. Like, look at week 4. Like, how many different leagues I'm going through where, man, these are all like really tough decisions. I probably didn't make a lot of the right ones, but at least give me some way to see, and then also compare. Like, okay, am I constantly having the same player in start-sit decisions? Like, is this something where this player is constantly coming up? Do I have kind of a way to, okay, what is if I've got like 2 or 3 leagues with the same player in these questions, what's the optimal league to play them in? If I was in theory just to take everything else out, which of these leagues scoring settings sets up best for this player? So sometimes that really helps me kind of visualize it all too. If I've got all these leagues going and start-sit decisions, I like to have one spot where I can just kind of see them all. And are there commonalities with some of these questions, or are there players that keep popping up, teams that keep popping up as well? So that's how I go about it. I just wanted to share that and kind of show people where I'm coming from with a lot of these questions or decisions.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
So you both said Slayton, by the way, for that second.
Yeah, Slayton.
Mm-hmm. I've got McCaffrey in now, but that was been the debate for me. Go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
So I got to start 2 of these. One seems kind of obvious. So Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones. Start 2.
I mean, based on my goal line guide article, I'd say 2 are pretty obvious. The Lions have the highest goal line grade for their passing attack this week. The Colts have the 3rd highest. It's also for their passing attack. So I'm easily going Daniel Jones and Jared Goff.
Wow. So I thought Kyler Murray was the easy one. I actually have him in my top 5 this week.
I mean, I've got Daniel Jones at QB2 this week. They're playing the Raiders. It's the Raiders.
No, I got Kyler at 3.
Interesting.
Wow.
Against who they play again?
Titans.
The Titans, yeah.
Titans have not allowed a passing touchdown inside the 5 yet, but to be fair, Kyler's ceiling doesn't necessarily come from that, right? It comes from the rushing.
Yeah.
Still, I just, with those high grades for Goff and Daniel Jones, I just see the ceiling with both of them. Yeah. Very, like, basically since that week 1 performance, I'm not picking against Daniel Jones. Like, there's going to be Daniel Jones, Josh Allen. Okay, fine. I'll pick against Daniel Jones. But outside of that, like, again, this week he's my QB2. So there's really no one I won't go against with Daniel Jones. Jamie, the thing with Goff is I think super high ceiling, but also the lowest floor of these 3. Like, it just seems like the safer options would be Daniel Jones and Kyler. So I think you just for sure have to play Daniel Jones, which is a weird statement for me to say because I've always been, he's got no upside. He's just a safe floor quarterback with rushing yards. He doesn't throw enough touchdowns. He doesn't run for enough touchdowns. That's completely changed this year. He is a high upside touchdown producer.
Man,
Which is crazy.
Right.
It's the world we live in, right? Like, maybe I've also been like the Colts O line's overrated. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it actually is amazing because look at how much better Jones is playing behind that unit. Because he had talent. He had talented receivers to throw to in the Giants, and he never looked this good. So to me, the big difference is the O line. Sorry.
I actually have Baker on this team too, but I have Baker outside my top 15, so I left him out.
The Buccaneers have the second highest passing goal line grade. I have all three of those guys ahead of Kyler Murray this week. So from my point of view, with the touchdown upside, like Kyler to me is the worst choice. But again, his rushing though is like his appeal is not necessarily the passing touchdown totals. It's the rushing yards, the rushing upside. So,
all right, Topher, what do you think? So we got Kyler Murray, we got Daniel Jones, we got Golf, and Baker.
I think Goff is your no-brainer. I think Goff is the one that you
Matchup,
start.
right?
Yeah, the matchup. I just think that is no question about that. But from there, that's tough. That's tough. I would lean. I don't know. Let me look, because I did talk about earlier how Daniel Jones has, over the past 2 weeks, definitely taken a much larger dip down. Let me look at where
originally I did have Golf and Kyler as like my decision, but I keep second guessing myself.
So I'm looking right now. So on the season, Jones is QB 8, Murray is QB 15. But I do want to look at weeks 3 and 4 like I did earlier for this. Kyler Murray is QB 16, Jones is QB 20. So Kyler's just staying pretty consistent, it looks like. Yeah, he's been QB 16 3 out of 4 weeks.
Again, with his
one
rushing,
of those,
he probably seems like the safest floor. I think he has the least upside of all 4 of those options. I will say, Jamie, I like your decision to bench Baker. It seems to make sense for this team. So I'll say that. Sorry.
Yeah, as a Baker stan, as a Baker advocate, I think with Bucky Irving out and against the Seattle team, I think it's the right thing to sit him. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I think it's the right thing to do. Let me look real quick at something. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I mean, also, Baker last week against Philadelphia had 26.86 points against Philly. I mean, he's produced against a good defense. I would say Daniel Jones or Baker Mayfield over Murray. I'd say don't start Murray. So if Daniel Jones is where your gut is, then do it.
Sounds like his guts with Kyler Murray, though.
Yeah,
so we really have clarified it because I'm saying I think both Topher and I are saying Daniel Jones, Jared Goff. That's what I think are the 2 best options.
Yes.
So if you believe us, go with that. But if not, then you have to pick which one of those. So I mean, sounds like Topher has Goff as the number 1 option. I have Daniel Jones, and you have Kyler.
Well, I'm going to go Golf because I do have Jameson Williams. So
the stack does make sense. We talked about the matchup. The Bengals, I just looked in terms of just passing touchdowns inside their own 5-yard line. They've allowed, I think I counted the 6th highest rate, 2/3 of the passes. Which, to be fair, teams have only thrown 3 pass attempts inside their 5-yard line, but 2 of them have been touchdowns. So early in the season, everything's kind of skewed with efficiency because several teams with 100% rates, which includes the Lions. They've had 3 pass attempts inside their opponent's 5-yard line. All of them have been touchdowns. So Goff has just been elite at delivering from there. So
I do have Michael Pittman also in my last flex spot. So should I just go with the stack?
Double stack, baby.
Double. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Double stack. Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys talked me into it. Now, when Kyler Murray ends up being the number 3 quarterback this week, I'm going to yell at you guys.
You can brag about how much better your rankings are than ours.
Please. Would love to hear that.
Oh, so I asked this to Topher earlier, but I want to get Kyle's opinion. So do I start Isaiah Davis or Sean Tucker? Both getting a little bump with injuries in front of them.
I'm leaning Sean Tucker because Rashad White seems seems less of a like insurmountable threat than Brees Hall does. I know Allen had kind of been splitting with Brees Hall, but I don't know. I'm thinking Sean Tucker because we've also seen Tucker like the games where Bucky hasn't played last year, he just took over completely. I think one of those instances, I think Rashad White got hurt in that game as well. So it kind of like, okay, both guys got hurt and he smashed, but it feels like, I mean, I'd just rather be in that passing or that offensive environment, like the Buccaneers. I know it's the tough defense, the Seahawks, but the Jets do have the Cowboys. It also feels like the Cowboys are much more like a team to exploit through the air than they are on the ground. I don't think they're that bad of a rushing defense. So yeah, I'll go Sean Tucker.
All right. Yeah, I think Topher, you said Isaiah Davis, right? So
Yeah,
I got a
Isaiah
decision
Davis.
to make here.
Yeah.
You guys are no help.
You're welcome. Glad we can help.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Got a few more minutes. I don't know any other questions you guys got.
I don't have any.
Hunter Renfrow or Theo Johnson? Now, to be fair,
Theo.
this is the league I was talking about earlier with like Christian McCaffrey and Kyron Williams on it, or that might have actually been the last stream.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about that, but I'm going Theo.
Yeah,
I think that Jackson Dirt likes him. Okay.
No neighbors is I think the appeal. Like now the targets have to go somewhere else. Renfrow
I
had that
agree.
one smash week and has basically done nothing other than that. So
Yeah.
my lean is Theo Johnson. Let's see now that new quarterback, kind of new offensive environment without neighbors, it totally changes everything. Let's take the upside shot that Theo Johnson's going to do something, and let's go Canada.
Yes, there you go.
We have baseball being played in Canada and winning baseball too. It's amazing. Sports, woohoo.
Okay, so if you had to choose two guys you thought would for sure get touchdowns this week, like you had to put money down on it, who would it be?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's purely going off the goal line guy. The Lions have the highest score. He's gotten most of their red zone targets. I think he has like over half of the team's red zone targets, and like I think something like I think it's like almost 2/3 of their targets inside the 5. So
Yeah.
high goal line grade. If anyone's going to score a touchdown on the Lions, I think it's Amon-Ra.
Okay.
After that, I want to say Emeka Egbuka.
Oh, really?
The Buccaneers having the second highest goal line grade for their passing offense, and naturally second highest passing goal line grade too. Who do I think on the Buccaneers is going to be most likely to catch those passes without Bucky Irving being there? Are they just even more prone to passing inside the 5? I feel like Egbuka's their alpha right now, and he might, even with everyone's healthy, like he might already be like, man, he's the guy. Like it'll be really interesting that first game we get Evans, Godwin, and Buka all in the same field. Who leads them in targets that week? We'll be heavily paying attention to that.
I agree with that. Jamie, who do you got?
My lock of the week is Jonathan Taylor getting a touchdown. I also have Montgomery getting a touchdown, and Brees Hall and Jake Ferguson in the same game getting.
You know what? I want to change my answer. I'll go Amon-Ra St. Brown and James Cook.
Okay.
That I think Egbuka's good, but I think I'd prefer to bank on Cook for just a pure touchdown. They have the highest rushing goal line grade of the week. I think it's the 6th highest overall for the Bills. That is so.
Yeah,
that could be Josh Allen or James Cook, but it just seems like Cook's been just getting all those opportunities. So yeah, those would be my two. If I had to pick 2 anytime touchdown guys, Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Cook. And
okay.
you said you had I think 5 guys in that list that you're pretty confident in, right?
Yeah, Brees Hall, Ferguson, Jonathan Taylor for sure, and then Montgomery.
Okay. We do have one. Oh, that was already on there. One last question. Small Talk Sports. Good morning.
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
Raul. Our other co-host.
There we go. 0.5 PPR. Sit 1. Kamara, Debo, Waddle. I am sitting Waddle.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
So I got Debo and Waddle both in top 12. I got Debo at 10, Waddle at 11. So my sit would be Kamara. I mean, we talked about it earlier, how he's getting less and less carries.
That is true.
Every single week. and Miller's getting more and more every single week.
Yeah, that is very true.
So when it comes to their, I mean, the goal line grades are all close. 77 for the Dolphins, 74.2 for the Commanders. Those are their passing grades because Kamara's a running back. The rushing grade is 72 for the Saints. So like they're all basically right around the average. I mean, slightly above average for all three from their perspective. But I kind of think I'm thinking that way too, Jamie. Of just Waddle and Debo, they're the number one targets on their teams right now. Tyreek Hill's out, Terry McLaurin's out, so maybe trust that. It's Saints against the Giants. I mean, if they're going to win a game, this feels like it's the one, right? Well, maybe Panthers. They'll probably beat the Panthers at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm with you, Jamie. I think I'm benching Kamara.
Okay. Well, there we go. Thank you so much for listening, watching, asking your questions. Thanks for joining us, Kyle. And make sure you do well in week 5. Because why, Jamie?
Because nobody likes a loser.
Like the Argos. No one likes the Toronto Argos because they lost yesterday. So happy.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Canada, right? CFL football is on the brain.
As on all of ours.
I will say I do enjoy doing the Fantasy Six Pack stream and then coming and joining you guys. I love talking with Topher and Jamie. So it's great to join. I won't be available next week because it is Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'll be out of town.
You're all good.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too. Yeah. Hey, you've got your own thing. No worries.
Thanks for letting me join again. I always